We're live. All right. These fancy mugs can be purchased at drinkwaredesign.com. You can put whatever you want on there. Seriously, whatever you want. Just go to drinkwaredesign.com. It's in the description below. I usually put strawberry craft coffee in it, and you can get some good stuff from them as well down in the description below. So check it out. It's good stuff. Sorry, I had a long day. We're here. We finally got here. Goddamn.
It was like pulling teeth tonight.
Well, I'm just really excited because Hangouts is going away, and it says August 1st. So I'm excited to see what the hell is going to take its place, because with Hangouts and Skype, we've had nothing but issues. So I don't know. Maybe we should just figure out a way to pre-record from now on and post it up later. But anyway, our special guest tonight is from Sacramento, some lovely California, and his name's Kevin. His name's Kevin Mitchell, which is funny because one of my favorite baseball players of all time is Kevin Mitchell, Mr. One Hand Grab. Yeah, I guess he was named after him too, for real. No joke.
Thanks for your patience, Kevin.
Yeah, sorry. Definitely was earlier, so cheers to that. Get a little pale ale. Unofficial sponsor of the Sacramento Hammers, but that's because I work for them.
Oh, you do? Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Soccer or football with beer, can't go wrong.
Have you?
Well, I'm going to blame all of our problems tonight on the Gremlins T-shirt.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, so how on earth did you become a hammer?
Oh man. So I have some friends in college who were following the British Premier League, and they were like, he was an Arsenal fan. There were some Chelsea and Liverpool fans, and so I started watching with them, and I decided I didn't want to be following their footsteps. So I was watching other games, other teams, and West Ham kind of just rang a bell with me off the bat. Like they're just like street level or kind of like blue collar gameplay. That's just kind of what sang to my heart a little bit. So ever since then, I've kind of been pulling for West Ham. And I think I was probably back in like 2011, 2012 when I started watching them, and then really started like getting into the merch in 2012, 2013. So yeah.
So did you catch any of the season in the championship, the old second division?
In the second division, I did not catch that a little bit, and I think I was still trying to figure out British Premier League like rules and regulations and all that stuff. So because soccer to me or football has been very recent in the last 10 years.
So what was it apart from the blue collarness that drew you to West Ham? Was it the color of the kits, or was it just the fact that we were just an earthy team and you could tell that the coolest guys obviously supported West Ham?
What you said there, secondly, about the guys just in the crowds and everything else, the intensity from the fans at Boylan, everything else like that, kind of like, I don't know, that aggression that we're not a big club, but we are big time, club for years, centuries like that. So,
yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, that getting together with that, there's a pretty decent sized group in your area, right? Tell us a little bit about your group that you hang out with.
So about Sacramento, my group. So when I started the Sacramento Hammers page, I didn't realize there was any Sacramento Hammers at all, or anyone in Sacramento who supported West Ham. So when I started the group, it was just me showing up to bars like De Vere's, who is a known Liverpool and Chelsea bar, and then there's there's a Zebra Club is a big Man U bar, and they actually have a Man U flag hanging outside the bar 24/7. So there was those kind of clubs and those bars that opened up early for the matches, and I would go there rocking my West Ham gear, and the only one there getting shit talked because everyone's like, "Hey, you're a shit club. You're not going to be the top tier club," and everything else. And I was like, this is my team. I'm going to support them until I die, So that's how I kind of like, that's the club right there. And I started the Facebook group just to kind of reach out to anybody who thought about, Sacramento Hammers or support groups. And I put the thing on the West Ham website to see if there's any reach from there. A few people trickled in. I met some bar managers who are West Ham supporters, so they started joining. In total, when I started doing like group events and everything else, we would have like 2 or 3 people show up, so very small Sacramento group compared to the Liverpool fans who pull in 20 people per match, at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Have you actually?
It's tough.
Have you visited anybody else like Portland or maybe Seattle, or have you driven down and caught a game with maybe Fresno or the Bay Area Hammers ever? Or
so I did reach out to the Fresno Hammers, and I've been talking to them a little bit. Haven't got a chance to go down there to meet them because, like I said, it is most of the matches are like at 5, 7 a.m.
yeah, that's a hike.
And so Fresno is a good 3-4 hour drive from here. So I'll be leaving like 2 a.m. to get there in time. So I talked to them. I talked to some guys from the San Diego Hammers or their group. So, just I've reached out to them on Facebook and everything else, but there is a small little group. And every year, ever since we got Chicharito, numbers have ticked up in the Sacramento Hammers. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So would you say that the time stance? I mean, obviously, we find it a challenge just in Dallas. I mean, that's where I'm based at, and obviously, the first match of the season for us this year is going to be a 6:30 kickoff in Dallas. I mean, what's that going to be for you? Is that going to be 4:30 in the morning or?
Yep. Yeah. So right now, the first match is at 4:30 a.m. So no bars are legally open up that early. The earliest you can open up is 6 a.m. for a bar in California. And
I mean, what are you guys going to do?
I'm probably just gonna have to watch it at home, like I normally do. I usually just wake up, click on my television, and there you go. I'm watching it. So, but we try to get together around the 9 a.m. The late night games over there in England. The night games are the best ones for us. And then sometimes if we're feeling a little squirrely, it's a big match. 7 a.m. are big ones too. So.
Do you have any visitors from outside California, like that say, "Hey, I'm going to be in Sacramento or nearby. Can we watch the match with you?"
I have had one person reach out, and they came in on a weekend where it was an early game, so not really a chance to really hang out with them. But I had one person reach out and say, "Hey, we're in town. Is there time that we can meet up?" So.
If there was one thing that you could say to people that are out there right now that might be watching this, that maybe are in your area, to try and get them to come out, what would you want to say to them to try and get them to come out and help you support and grow the West Ham community in your area?
I mean, that is going to be just a soccer community and the football community. There is, like I said, the big supporter groups, like the Big Five clubs are going to have the big pull. I've reached out to some people who are looking for British Premier League teams, like through friends. I always push the West Ham onto them because for me. But really, it's just them organically coming out and or becoming a West Ham fan. So
yeah,
Sacramento's massive, though. Like it's a massive, massive city.
Yeah, we're lucky to have Sac Republic. Sac Republic is a USL Pro team.
Yeah,
that is
Carlton Cole played with them. Yeah,
exactly. And so that's the picture I sent you earlier.
He didn't score any goals though.
He only played 4 games, so he left.
Yeah.
He was in for a month and left. So not much opportunity.
Did you get any pictures with him when he was out there?
I did actually. Yeah. So I got a picture with him back in 2016 when he was here, and then he left for some team in Indonesia. I don't know what he's so.
Well, I think right now he's back over in London. Isn't he doing something now with West Ham? I don't know if it's with the academy he's working with, or he's doing something with the club.
With the women too. He's an ambassador for the women as well. And him and Antonio are ambassadors for the West Ham women's team. But he's been ambassador for the club. He's also doing a lot of camps and clinics and stuff like that over there.
Oh, cool! Right on. Sex, drug, Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Serious.
So what else? I was going to say, have you ever been to London to watch a match?
I have not. I have not been to Europe at all. I think I've been to Mexico and Bali my lifetime, and so not much into the Europe side. But we are planning a trip in Europe in fall. Me and the girlfriend. So not this,
Awesome.
but next fall. Long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
if you told her that a big part of that is going to be going to the London Stadium, yeah?
Yes,
yeah.
we're gonna be traveling in September, so it's gonna be prime time for early games.
That's perfect. That's perfect. It's funny because when I say to my wife, you know, I every once in a while, obviously I'm from England, I get really homesick, and I'm like, I just really want to go back to England for just like a week or two. And she's like, yeah, it would be nice if we could all go back. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. I just want to go back by myself for a week or two. Because I just want to immerse myself in fish and chips, pie mash, and football. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. We actually have someone in the chat room saying that they're thrilled to see this interview because they're about 30 minutes away from Sacramento and would love to watch games with other people, other Hammers.
Oh, brilliant.
What's their name? Reach out to me, Kevin Mitchell, Facebook, or even the page for sure.
That's the whole point of this, you know. And,
Yeah.
this will be documented so people will see because, you know, we title it, you know, Sacramento Hammers, and you know, people know what this show's about. So we primarily showcase the, you know, different West Ham supporters groups, and the smaller ones. I mean, the point is to help, you know, well, you know, make it known that you're there, and secondly, you know, get more people involved. Like, so this person's a half an hour away from you, for example. Well, maybe they could help, not just show up at the games, maybe help you grow the base, you know, and get something going on there.
Totally.
Yeah.
I do know we do watch games at Highwater. If they know that bar, the bar manager, Jason, is a big time Hammers fan and supporter.
Awesome.
So he's kind of like my main ally. And then there's other West Ham fans like Jalen. She's a big, she went to the Seattle match back in 2016.
Cool.
So what are the other towns around there that are big towns or small cities? Not quite Bay Area, but like, you know, obviously closer to Sacramento. Because Sacramento is a drive from the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half from the Bay Area. So the Bay Area Hammers, I do follow them and support them. So close to us, we got Vacaville, probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. We got Roseville, about 20 minutes north. Folsom, those are big, and then Elk Grove. Those are the four big anchors. And in between are smaller towns like Davis.
Yeah. But is there a lot of colleges and universities around there too?
Yeah, we got Sac State right down the street from me, and Davis. Davis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So between you know, the actual USL team and then all the different universities in the area, there's got to be more. There's got to be more West Ham fans in that area. I mean, California is fucking massive. There's got to be more.
Football, sure. A lot of soccer fans. There are a lot of 18U clubs out here, and a lot of you know, lower division clubs for both men and women. But the problem is, I think people who start watching the British Premier League, they kind of go to those big five. You know.
They do. Well, you know what? Next year we're gonna be breaking into that. You know, I mean, I've got absolute confidence that we're going to be breaking into that group of, you know, we're certainly going to be breaking into the top six. I feel that that's what's going to happen. You know, definitely when we finish the show tonight, go back into the links of the show, go into the comments, put your Facebook page details down there. If you've got a Twitter account, put that down there. If you don't have a Twitter account, get one. Same thing with Instagram. You just put all that stuff, all that information down there. The more multimedia avenues you can get your name out there in, the better it is for you. I mean, that's what we did with the Dallas Hammers. We started off with 2 of us, and now we're up to, like, beginning of the season, we'll have about 50 plus people at the pub. And it's all just through just hitting all of those channels. You just can't relent. You just have to keep going at it, mate.
And there's also a lot of people who, you know, that don't like certain avenues as well. So basically you just get somebody else in your group to do those things that you don't like. So if you can't stand Twitter, for example, then have someone else in your group or someone close to you, like, set up a Twitter page for the Sacramento Hammers and handle that. I know, you know, our first guest that we had on, Kevin from Columbus, I mean, he the same way. Like, you know, he won't touch the Twitter, you know, but he'll have someone else do it for him, but he'll tackle the Instagram and the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So this guy right here, I mean, I'm telling you, his name's Pierre Selly. That's the name on this in the chat. I know his name's something different.
All right.
But anyway, he says I would love to help grow the Sacramento Hammers. So yeah, I'll send it. I'll give him your information and so on. But the bottom line is, you guys have a Facebook page, but you definitely got to get an Instagram and a Twitter or something. Like, I don't know if you have those or not, but if you're serious about growing it, man, it could be. Listen, out of all the different sports that you follow, I'm telling you, you must know this already, that the West Ham supporters versus the whatever else clubs you or teams and other sports you support.
Sure.
I mean, it's more tight knit. It's more family oriented. It's more like they got your back, versus like you go to a San Francisco Giants game. It's not. I mean, trust me. I've been to San Francisco Giants games. It was kind of cool and more tight knit than say going to a Red Sox games where you won't even look at the next person. The person next to you because whatever. My point is, yeah, man, just grow it. You have a huge opportunity here in Sacramento to make something pretty cool over there.
I would say one big inspiration to kind of reinvigorate the drive to grow the Sacramento Hammers is the Fresno Irons. Those guys are crushing it down there. I don't know who works or owns the brewery down there, but they have a beer called West Hamber.
Yeah,
I got a chance to try. Not too bad beer, but like they said, like they're getting onto those NBC Sports, like Fame America in the morning sort of thing. So that's really cool for them, and they're kind of like the inspiration to grow the page and everything else.
Yeah, well, and keep in contact with me. I know Kyle's a great dude, and I've actually talked to a couple other people in the group as well, and they seem like great people, and we've had them on the show. We've had Kyle on the show a couple times. We've had Kyle to interview him. We've also brought him back to do a match preview with us one time, and I think he also did something else with us. Anyway, that's what we like to do. So just because you're on today doesn't mean it's going to be the last time that you're on either. We'll invite you back when the season starts to maybe do a match preview with us or a match review with us when the time comes.
I know, and here's the thing as well. That those things where you get on EPL morning, okay? Kyle and I, it's like if you look on those shows, you'll see me and my group, and you see Kyle and his group, and I got to tell you, Kyle and I don't just send one picture. We send hundreds of photographs to them, okay? Because that's how you get on, okay? We buzz them, we send photographs all the time. And even if you're just 1, 2, 3 people, okay, you have to keep on going at them. They will put you up, and that will get your name out there, and then people go, oh shoot, look, man, there's a group in Sacramento, man. Where do they meet at? And that's how you get that going. You really do. I mean, you just have to keep on banging at it. You really do.
No, I looked at T-shirts and scarves, and they're all like minimum of 25 or 50 orders. And I'm like, man, the best.
You'll get there.
Oh yeah, I'll get there for sure. But I was like, I thought about investing into that and like buying it, just having it ready to go. So if someone showed up and they want to be there, I'm like, hey, $20 and you get yourself a scarf, But
yeah.
So
get them invested, build it, and they will come, my friend.
Yeah, listen, Fresno and Dallas are perfect examples of if you're relentless, it ends up being worth it in the end too. I mean, you get rewarded for all the work you put in, because they have an amazing. I didn't get to go to Fresno yet, but I've been to Dallas and met with Wayne and the Hammers down there, and I had a fantastic time. And it's a great core. It's a great group of people. But I hear the same stories. All the groups that are bigger in numbers, with exception of New York. New York just has the whole New York behind them. Like they didn't. How do I put it? They didn't really have to work hard. You know what I mean? People go to New York all the time. So if you're a Hammer, you look up Hammers New York, boom, it's easy. There they are. Not as many people visit Dallas. Not as many people visit Fresno, especially. So they had, these people, they work hard, and but the groups are there, and even the smaller groups that we've had on. I mean, hopefully that they start to pick up the numbers as long as they don't give up. I've seen a few groups since we've started our show that we didn't end up getting on the show because. Well, by the time it was time for them to come on, they just disappeared because they didn't put any work into it. I know I'll use Orlando as an example, or Pittsburgh. They were groups when we started. They were watching matches last season at some point or another. They had pages up, but they didn't really work at it, and now they're all done. And Pittsburgh and Orlando, those are two great cities that should have groups. So anyway,
Well, so you kind of reinvigorated that drive for our group too, because I know I wasn't very active on the page last season, and some people were posting there, so that was probably a lack of my fault too. But the season before that, 2017, 2016, 15, even 14, I was posting like every day or every chance I got, just sharing things and everything else, and I would get like a few hits, but then I think things started picking up once Chicharito got onto the team. And then,
yeah.
I mean, Mexico.
Plus, if you're winning, right? If you're winning, it's easier to post stuff when you're winning.
Well, that's it.
You have a crap season, it's hard to sit and go, what the hell am I going to post now? How am I going to make lemonade out of a bunch of old rotten lemons?
Well, that's how it started last season. We were like fighting the bottom of the table. So
that was brutal. I've never seen anything like it.
God, yeah. So trust me.
No, but yeah, but you basically again just stick at it, and I'm pretty sure that you guys your numbers will grow, because California is fucking massive, and especially Sacramento. It's a lot bigger than what. So basically, if you're not from California and you don't realize that Sacramento is, actually the capital, it's actually a massive city. A lot of people don't get that.
Is it the capital?
Yeah, Sacramento's the capital of California.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that.
So exactly. That's my point. So that it is massive, and yeah, I've been there. I went there, as a matter of fact, because I was looking back in 2003. I was looking for a Dunkin' Donuts, and they said that if you look on the Dunkin' Donuts website, it said that there was one in the state of California in the year of 2003, and it was in Sacramento. So I drove up there, and all the stuff was inside, but all the signs were taken down. I drove all the way up there from Palo Alto, and I get there, and yeah, everything was boarded up, but all the stuff was still inside, and I was pissed. There was a sign that said, on January 1st, we closed, and there is now no more Dunkin' Donuts in the state of California, but now they're fucking everywhere.
Well, got four in Sacramento, so there you go.
Now, yes, but not back then. I mean, I was furious. So I had my parents mail me a dozen donuts, overnight me, and I had what was it? Dunkin' Donuts felt bad from my trip up there that they actually sent me like 2 free pounds of coffee and stuff like that. But anyway, that was sidebar. But yeah, so Sacramento, man. No, I know, and Sacramento's awesome. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was really excited to have you on, and there's a ton of people in the chat room, which we'll get to shortly, that are saying the same thing, and you got a lot of potential there for something really big, So just keep at it. So let's get into the chat room real quick. We got the usual suspects. We got Wally and Gabe. We got Gary, who we had on the other night, Gaz, as he is in the chat room, but Gary from New Mexico. We got Frank Notes, who I've seen in a bunch of different chat rooms. Jimmy, aka Gingerbread's in here. Pierre Sully, the guy that I was telling you I'm going to hook you up with, who lives about 30 minutes away from Sacramento. Gabe asks, has Wayne been drinking again?
Gabe, I wasn't drinking the other night. It was all an act.
And who else we got in here?
You guys are too easy to fool.
Oh, man. We got Sunil, who I've never seen in the chat room before. So thank you, brother.
Yes, Sunil's new.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks for watching. And everybody else. I'm just trying to see if I have any questions in here, because usually they'll post a question or two for the guest. Well, there's how goes it, lads? And when is this due to start? I guess that was before we popped on. I've got a question. Isn't Dallas the capital of Texas?
It should be.
It should be. And no, there was one about do you think there would be? I know it's not legal, but do you think like a brewery or a pub would allow you to open it before 4:30, or like let you guys in but not officially be open?
If they want to pay for somebody to be there, essentially.
So it is a possibility. Yeah, it's just you gotta. Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. But that was someone was asking. So.
Yeah.
What do you got, Wayne?
I was gonna say, you know, the thing is if you can get 10 people together and go to a bar and say, look, or even if you went to a coffee shop at that time in the morning, because quite frankly, that's probably what your better chances of getting open at that time in the morning, and saying, hey, you know, that if you got TVs, we'd like to come in and watch the game, blah blah blah. You got a good shot. If you can promise them 10 people, it's just you have to get. And you have to blackmail those 10 people into going every bloody week.
No, I'm pretty good relationships with a lot of bar managers in Sacramento. My job is sales with Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, so I do contact a lot of bar managers. I do mention it like, hey, and they have mentioned like when we need at least 10 people or something like that to show up to kind of open the.
Yeah.
But we actually like thought about partnering up with another club and having the two of us show up and watch games at one place because. You got De Vere's, that's a big Liverpool bar, and then also they're a Chelsea bar. So they get both those clubs to show up in the morning. And so it kind of justifies them to be open that early.
Now, which club are you talking about partnering with, though?
So we're thinking about Man City. Just kind of,
okay.
Yeah, because they're a bigger club too, big fan base.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen them go into any of those bars before, so.
I'd say we've hung out in Dallas before we actually found our bar. We hung out with some Man City fans, and I think it's because they remember what it's like to be a crap team. Is that a lot of their people were good people, and we've had a great time with the Blue Moon in Dallas. We really have. They're good people. We actually when they got kicked out of the bar they were frequenting. Don't know quite why. And one of them got on the phone to me. His name's Mark, and said, "You know, would you mind sharing your bar with us?" And I'm like, "Mate," I said, "you've got a massive group. We've barely got enough room in our bar for ourselves." But I turned them on to another place, and now they've made that place their home. But they're good people. Yeah. I mean, I think on the whole, they're good people. We have good friends in the Newcastle fan base here in Dallas as well. Newcastle people are good people as well. And they've got a very similar sort of makeup, similar-minded people to us as well. They're great. They sing the whole match, and just good working-class people.
That's what you got to think. So,
you know, there's something to be said for that.
You have to think about that. Well, yeah, it's when you're thinking about the different supporters groups, you got to think about the Americans that follow them for the most part, because I guess if you're in England, West Ham fans. The West Ham friends from London, I mean,
you wouldn't share with anybody because we'd end up killing them.
They're like, no, seriously, they're like, Man City, fuck, why are we friends with them? Like, they're important. Anyway, that's a different mentality as it is here. So, like a Tottenham. There we go. Tottenham. Spurs. How about that? That's easier. There we go.
Spurs or a Spud. There you go.
Spuds. All right. So Spuds, American Spud supporters, American Spurs supporters are the absolute worst people on this fucking planet. So besides that, so that's what I was asking, like, who are you planning? Like, because basically you don't want to partner up with them, but you also don't want to partner up with Everton, because the American Everton fans are shitheads. And I've seen it firsthand. And also Liverpool. I mean, I guess they're a little bit better than Everton fans, except that Liverpool fans think that they own the earth. You know, but
well, they do now, don't they?
Well, technically.
Well, mind you, I'll give them a bye because they beat Tottenham. I'll give them a bye. They beat Tottenham in the Champions League. I feel happy.
Really drink with those fucking people? That's my point. You picture yourself like, is that the type of person I want to be like in my group, sitting over here drinking, and then over there, those assholes are going to be over there. Like, you just think about that. Really think about it. Now, Man City, I guess, should be okay. Not Tottenham. What the fuck's the name? Newcastle. Yeah, they're good.
Newcastle, good people.
My buddy who's a Newcastle supporter.
Palace, there is none. So, and same thing with Brighton. I saw one Brighton fan at the Boston Fan Fest thing that NBC Sports had. I saw one Brighton shirt and one Hull shirt. Hull. Can you believe it?
They probably visit them like while they're on vacation.
Probably.
I believe it. Yeah. I believe it.
Well, yeah. So anyway, let's get into not the 10 questions, but let's get into the Hammers poll. Hammers polls poll.
Yeah, let's see what have you got in the Hammers polls.
I had it and it fell away.
Good old Hammers palsy. That, of course, Tim had it probably, and he's probably, messed it all up and can't find it anywhere now.
I did, because I was looking at the chat room, and the chat room fucked me all up. All right, hold on one second.
You want me to bring it up?
No, I got it, dude. Just bear with me, man. I've had the worst freaking day today. All right. Yeah, Hammers Polls. It's at Hammers Polls on Twitter, and it's
going to all be striker oriented, isn't it? All of the questions.
Hammers Polls, pretty much. Striker. Do you guys like strikers? How many strikers should we have? Hey, what about this striker? That striker? This striker? Would you like the? So anyway, all right. Well, we'll start with Kevin. Sorry, man, my brain. Kevin, are you happy Are you happy for Hernandez to be our new number 9 this season? Yes or no?
Yes.
62%, man. 62% said yes. What about you, Mr. Wu?
Why wouldn't you be? I mean, on a good day, the man's a really good striker.
How long is it going to last? Because you get.
How long does it need to?
Well, my point is, if a new striker comes in and they want number 9, what are they going to say? No.
Yeah, but they're not going to, are they?
Yeah, they're not going to say.
And which new striker?
Exactly. Are there any strikers out there? Seriously. So, out of these players, which would you want more? Rebic, whoever the fuck that is. Allaire, that's how you say his name. Haller. Both or neither?
Well, I'm gonna say like American Holler. Just kidding. Haler would be good. I think because he just wants to play. I think that guy just wants to get on the field and just do his best.
I saw some of the nastiest highlights today from him. I saw some
From Haller?
Yeah, nasty,
brilliant, unbelievable
passes. Even
did you see the 2018-19 highlights? All 14 goals.
No, I saw the one from the Bundesliga YouTube page. The
man's a beast.
You know what? He is.
He can hold the ball up.
He can speak.
He can hold the ball up.
Very well.
He can speak English.
No, that's huge, man.
All right, he's a Frenchman.
On the soccer
I gotta say this for my mate Phil, because Phil doesn't fancy the Frenchman. He's a Frenchman, so we've got to be careful.
Next time, I say,
but he is brilliant.
Soccer pitch. Somebody fucking slap me. Thank you.
It's a football pitch or a soccer field.
There you go. That's how tired I am. All right.
Yeah. Right there.
What was the question again? Just kidding. So we like Allaire, right?
Is that how we're saying his name now?
That's how his name is said.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That's how his name is.
Allaire.
It's not how his name
Allaire
is
de
said.
Bolaire.
Yes, I mean that's not necessarily how people are calling him. Holler.
Holler the bowler. Holler the
Holier
bowler.
than thou.
Holler the bowler.
All right. So Sky Sports News. This is 5 hours ago.
Excuse me, Sky Sports News.
We're reporting because it's 5 hours ago that the deal for Gomez is not dead.
So is the Daily Express, and they're a bunch of wankers too.
Still want him? Yes or no? You still want him?
Cut out last part.
Do you still want Gomez?
If he's holding out too much, he doesn't want to he's not eager to just play. Probably not, because he wants somebody on the field who wants to play. And I think it's gone on for like 6 months now, so fuck it,
Exactly.
Move on.
Exactly. And I think us three are like the only three that are that have that opinion that I've heard, because everybody's like, oh, but he was his number 1 target. No, but we got to get him his number. It doesn't.
But do we really know it was his number 1 target? It was rumored he was his number 1 target. We don't.
Do we really? It was.
We don't know anything.
Somebody said it was his number 1 target, and then everybody said, okay, well, it's his number 1 target. It's Manuel Pellegrini did not come out and say, it's my number 1 target. I want Gomez. I want him.
I think we've already got his number 1 target, haven't we? For Nels.
No, Roberto. Viva Roberto. He's going to be.
You think that was his number 1?
Hammer of the year, because Fabianski is going to pull his fucking crotch, and Roberto is going to win Hammer of the Year. The 1 goalkeeper I'll ever vote for. I'm overtired. Sorry.
You are, mate. You are. You.
All right. What else? Oh, that's it, man. So let's get into the 10 questions.
No, before that,
12.
I just have to say this. Though. Did you see that bullshit rumor that we've offered 40 million for Higuain?
No, I still haven't found it, dude. I don't know what you're talking
Dude,
about.
it's everywhere right now. I've never seen such a crock of corn dogs in my life.
The only thing I see is 45 mil plus Chicharito to Marseille for a World Cup winner.
Nah, it's like he went back to was it you see it?
They make a loan offer.
It's a loan offer. Now
Loan
here's the deal. At first I said what a crock, but I tell you what, as a loan, not a bad deal. I think
There's a loan, not a bad deal. It's just the guy
as a loan, I think it's not a bad deal.
is like 52 years old, and
52.
we could have taken Dzeko, who was only 60.
But as a loan, you know what? Loan and
loan don't hurt, because if he shits or hurts himself, he goes back.
He's gone back.
Yeah.
He's a loan, and they pay most of the wages.
Where is he? In Juventus. He's got 2 more years.
Juventus.
2 more years.
He came back. He did the medical, and they said he's not part of their technical program.
No shit. They said that it's claimed that Juventus would prefer to sell the striker outright, and are said to value him at 40 million. So, but that's not what
he's
happened.
Not worth that. He's not worth that.
It's not. Yeah. Well, he's not worth it.
But I mean, there's so many rumors. It's like cool. Like today was like, good God, it was ridiculous today. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm a
stats guy. So is he really worth it? Let's see. Stats. 5 goals and 14 appearances. No, not worth it. Move on. Simple. That's Carlton Cole and Sacramento Republic numbers right there.
Serious.
4-0.
Serious. In Pellegrini, we trust. We don't know what his choices are, and whatever he goes with, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, that's the whole point. So I'll repeat myself that basically before the window opened on the West Ham Way podcast, on whatever FM they are, Phoenix something or other.
Phoenix FM.
Yeah. X said everybody needs to calm the fuck down because, everybody gets all worked up during the transfer window. But whatever happens, happens. I mean, they're going to sign whoever the fuck they want to sign. We're not going to determine who they sign unless it's Joey Barton. Then we will say, no, don't sign Joey Barton. And then they'll say, okay, fine, we won't sign Joey Barton. But, for the most part, we don't really affect who they're going to sign or not. Right? They're going to sign who the fuck they're going to sign. That is what it is. We just can get excited about it and backward.
I absolutely loved. I absolutely loved it, and I don't know if you loved it as well. And let's gauge the excitement meter out in Sacramento here. Did you watch the Hammers chat video today of Gonzo and Gio talking about Allaire possibly coming?
I have not.
I thought that they were going to wet their pants. I thought Gio was going to wet his pants. He was bouncing up and down like a little 4-year-old. It was hilarious.
Everybody was talking about that.
It was so funny.
I was watching the West Ham Fan TV live chat today, and people were talking about Gonzo and Gio in the chat.
It was beautiful to watch. They were like a couple of 4-year-old kids that knew they were going to get a new football kit. It was like so funny. Right. It was just fun to see.
We have some breaking news here.
What is it?
According to our correspondent from the Discord channel, which I want everybody to join our Discord channel. Oh shit! What the hell did I just do? All right, anyway,
you didn't do anything. You stopped.
Jimmy said the new link. There's a new link. Fedor Chalov he's 21 years old from Russia.
Fedor Chalov? I think I had that for dinner in a Turkish restaurant once.
Fedor Chalov.
I think I had a double health in a Chalov.
The Italians. So people were saying that the Allaire is off, and but there's an Italian source out there that broke the Diop signing and Anderson signing that says it's still on. So anyway, that's all that shit. Let's get into the 10 questions, amigo.
Okay, amigo. 10 questions here. Are you ready, mate?
Yeah.
Or 12, okay. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Here we go. Meat pie or fruit pie?
Fruit pie.
Okay, what kind of fruit pie?
Oh, man. I know I never had a fruit pie, but it sounded good. Strawberries.
Apple or cherry?
Apple.
Okay, there you go. Who is your favorite current West Ham player?
Mark Noble.
Who frustrates you most in the current West Ham squad?
Chicharito.
Okay. FA Cup or top 6 finish?
FA Cup.
Okay. What about West Ham do you love?
I mean, the grit, the determination to always fight to be that elite club, but also to state, their humble beginnings of where they were in East London.
Nice. What about West Ham do you hate?
The new stadium, I guess. I haven't been there yet, but I was really bummed when they tore it down back in 16 because I hadn't got a chance to go there. I just watched the videos and everything else, and the from what other West Ham supporters have been talking about the new stadium, like it's too far from the pitch. Just not that kind of like that chemistry that the players can fight off the crowd. That right there upsets me a little bit. So.
I thought you were going to say getting up early in the morning. Okay, so where are we here? Come on in, Lily. My 7-year-old wants to come in. Okay. Oh, it's right there, sweetheart. Pull that out on the wall. What sound makes you happy?
Fart sound.
That's a good one. What's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Okay. What team do you love to beat?
Tottenham.
Okay. Name a player, past or present day, that epitomizes West Ham United.
Man, Mark Noble, man, that guy is just faithful to his club. Just no matter what, that guy's.
I hear you. Now, if you could take a time machine back to any West Ham United game or any West Ham United experience and relive or redo anything, where would you go?
Any game at Boiling Ground, so I can go check a game out there. I've only seen videos there, so I can't really name specifics off the top of my head. So, plus the pressure, man.
I know it's a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of pressure.
For live and have people like watching this, so this is kind of like a new experience. So,
serious. I'm going to give you one piece of advice about the new stadium. Don't go in there expecting it to be delivered to you. When you go there, enjoy yourself and you make the day. Don't let people let people convince you that it's crap. Go there because it might be possibly the only time you ever go there. Go there and with the idea in your head that you're going to have the greatest time you're ever going to have, and make it be the greatest time ever.
100. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm not saying that like the pitch being too far from the crowd is a bad thing. I think you just caught me on the spot. I would say, waking up early does suck, and not being able, every morning. But you're absolutely right. Even though they're a new stadium, it opens up new opportunities to attract new fans. Like myself, because when I started watching them more daily or weekly, they were in talks of moving to London Stadium, so back in 2014 and then 2015 when they made the jump over there. So trust me, I'm not going to let my experience be brought down by the outside.
Oh, you'll have a blast. And when you go in, let us know because we'll introduce you to people over there that will make sure that you have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate
it's
that.
all about before and after as well. Yeah.
Yep.
And who you're with before and after.
It is.
So, what? Oh God, the chat room is just the best. I love this. Is my favorite.
What's going on?
Well, who is it? Gabe says, "Don't forget pecan pie is the best." Lee would understand as a fellow.
It's pecan pie.
Fuck, dude. Anyway, Wayne's showing his soft side, and then
I hate that stuff.
Wally says that Lily's bringing the Jameson when she came into the room.
Lily's been drinking the Jameson, that's why she couldn't come on camera.
And then I'm
You
looking
see it right now. It's Dead Rabbit. Seriously, this Dead Rabbit is really good.
Dead Rabbit. Are they local?
Dublin. It's a Dublin brewery called Libertine, I think it's called. Can't think of the name of it
Dublin,
now.
California?
Dublin, Texas. I forget the name of the brewery.
Turn this shit here.
Hey, are you guys going to watch the preseason game tomorrow? It's going to be on the ESPN 3.
Not subscribed.
It's at 8:30 here. I got work.
Oh gosh.
But you know, definitely I tune into all games. In the early days before the ESPN sign on and Fox Sports started showing more games in California. I remember having to go into those third party or fourth party sites where you
terrible.
Might get a virus on your computer.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Well, by all accounts, that the team is supposed to be showing it on their Facebook page, and if they're not showing it on the Facebook page, if it's a dodgy connection, they're supposed to be putting it on oh crikey, what's the thing on Twitter? Periscope. They're going to try and Periscope it.
But the website always has the audio stream regardless. So if you are at work, you can figure out a way to listen to the thing. That's what I used to have to do all the time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's I have to cut it short because I know we started late. I do apologize, but yeah, it's past my bedtime.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. But listen, dude, it was a blast, my man. And I would love to have you come back and do some match review and previews with us when the season, is going on. So and also what we like to do is ask the American West Ham supporters to send us videos and stuff like that of, anything from previews or reviews, and also during the match, goal celebrations, etc. Just as long as you do not do what Scott Davis did and have the televisions playing in the video, because I got reported because the goddamn match, which you couldn't even make out, there was like 6 TVs in the background behind at the bar.
Did they do that?
They fucking shut the video down. The only time I've been reported was because of copyright from the Premier League, because there was 6 TVs in that video that had the game on.
Oh, blimey.
And you couldn't even make out what was happening. I mean, seriously, it was ridiculous. But anyway, all right, PJ Miller, thanks for popping in, dude. I see you in there in the chat room. Hi, hello. I hope you enjoyed it. And everybody else, listen, everybody who was in the chat room tonight, looks like you guys had a lot of fun. That's the best part about it, is that they're in there going along with what we're saying, but also just bantering back and forth about different things. Yeah. So thank you, StravaCraft. Thank you, drinkwaredesign.com. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Wayne. Also, we got a show. Geez, earthquake. We got a show tomorrow night. With Justin and Lee. That's his name, I think. Yeah. They're going to be interviewing Chad, who used to be in Chicago, but I believe, but is now in Seattle and hanging out with them. He's going to be hanging out with the Seattle Hammers this season. So that's going to be a good one. And also, Casey from Chicago Hammers, who we interviewed, is going to pop in that chat for about 5 to 10 minutes to explain the Spanish release clause. Sounds kind of sexy, doesn't it?
The Spanish release clause? Is that like a claw? Is that like a sexual instrument?
Well, he's going to explain it. I don't know. We'll
is that like Spanish
Tune
fly?
in tomorrow to find out what's going on.
Ooh,
yeah,
Thrillsville.
Yeah, and then Sunday we got a couple shows. Oh yeah, Wayne, you got a 2:00 show on Sunday. Remember? 1:00.
This Sunday?
Yeah, man, I told you every fucking Sunday for that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've got one on. Yeah, 2:00. Yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
You sure?
No, I'm positive. All
right, because I might need someone else to do it if you're not going to do it, man. Shit.
I've got it, mate. I've got you covered.
Well, if my fucking sheets would open up, I could tell you. The fuck it is.
I've got some American, haven't I? No, I've got some Englishman.
Where the hell am I?
I don't know where you're at, mate. You're in New England somewhere. Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah. All right. So we got Ray Boreham.
Ray Boreham? Rain Boreham?
from UK.
Cool, blimey, that sounds like an amazing show that's going to be.
And then Sunday night we have Nick Stamper. Me and Lee will do an interview with Nick Stamper.
That'll be amazing.
Who also posted a Bitch Fest with Scott Davis today and right before the show came on. So go check that out. All right, guys, come on, you Irons.
I'm going to go check it out. Come on, you Irons.